Hey y'all, welcome back to Ascending with Ashley. I'm Ashley. This is, I guess, a collective coffee, but this is for the women. Women. So, if you're not a woman, you don't need to be here. We're going to talk about the 4B movement. So I wanted to get on here. If you're not familiar with the 4B movement, hang on, I need to turn on these hashies. It is a movement started in South Korea by the women in 2019, and they are swearing off men in all forms, so marriages, dating, sex, children bearing, all of it. And it has kind of taken... it's come to America within the past few months, and women in America are jumping on board. And I wanted to get on here and talk about this because I have been celibate since I was pregnant, which was in 2019. I found out my husband cheated on me while I was pregnant, which is one of the most painful things a woman can go through. Really fucks your root chakra up. That sucked. And I have not had sex since I found out, and I was about 4 months pregnant. So I wanted to get on here and talk about your life source energy and how to channel that, instead of having sex, and instead of looking for male approval, or looking for male recognition or male counterpart. The men on this planet, for the most part, this is a very large sweeping generalization, but this generalization is not wrong. They're toxic, okay? They are very low vibrating, and I feel like as women, as we are, entrusted by nature, not just our species, but to bring life into the world, this is the least we can do in even support of the earth. Hang on, I have to go stir something. I'm making breakfast. So I want to talk a little bit more about that. Hang on, let me just get these going. Okay. No, it's not for everybody, but if you've been feeling called to, a lot of women I've seen who aren't affiliated with 4B or aren't abstinent or celibate, a lot of women talk about dating and they're just like, I'm not dating anyone. There's a lot of women who are, playing for the other team in the past few years. A lot of women are getting divorced and becoming lesbians, straight up, okay? Myself probably included, but I am celibate. I'm not dating anyone or sleeping with anyone at all. But so when you have an abundance of energy, the word is horny. If you're feeling horny and you're not having sex, what do? You channel that shit, or you can masturbate and have an orgasm, but you can channel that energy into the world and what you want to see. I'm a really good example of that. I've been celibate for 5 years, and I have come very far in the creations that I'm creating for myself and my child and the world. I'm not trying to be tooting my own horn, but it is truth. Because I'm not giving that life source energy to anyone else. I'm utilizing it by building what I want, okay? It's about controlling your animalistic tendencies and utilizing your human comprehension and brain and comparing, putting those things together, not comparing, I don't know the word, putting them together and creating a world. That's the 4B movement. Women in South Africa are doing this en masse, and in the past few like 2 months specifically, it's really kicked off here in America, and women are talking about it. And then like the toxic men are countering it by, I think they made a 4C or 4G movement. I don't know. They made a movement saying, oh, well, if you don't want to fuck us, we're not going to fuck you. And the women are like, yes, that's right. But the men aren't working on themselves. They're just mad that they can't stick their dick in you. When PVC pipe is available, okay, and Vaseline, like, there's no problem here. So anyway, I just want to get on here for the ladies and let you know, if you're stuck in something toxic, if you have a douchebag as a partner, if you never have an orgasm when you have sex, if they don't know where your clit is, it's time to maybe just do you, okay? You're not alone. There's a lot of us all over the planet. I didn't know about 4B when I took my vow. I mean, it wasn't a vow. It was just, it was literally so painful. Like, my womb was full with life, and I found out that I was cheated on, and I'm like, wow, that's very painful. Like, I can't, honestly, that was probably the most painful thing I've ever been through. It was excruciating on, like, all the levels, emotional, mentally, physically. My body ate. I'm still healing my womb, and that's why I'm not opening myself up to anyone else, because that was painful. That's painful, okay? And if you've been through that, I've seen tons of women on TikTok who have been through that in the past few years too, finding these things out while they're pregnant. It's painful. It's very painful, and you don't deserve that. You do not. That's absolutely unacceptable. Like I said, PVC pipe and Vaseline are available for men. I believe circumcision has a big part to play in the ridiculousness of these men sticking their dick everywhere. But that's a different conversation. There's just so much toxic masculinity. So women, if you are in this space of, you know, I support you. I support whatever you choose to do, even if that is continuing to have sex with someone that you know is, you can do better. I still support you. It's your body, it's your choice. But I just wanted to get on and share with you and let you know, if you're having those feelings, follow it through. And it can look like that. You don't have to go as long as I have. But you know, you could take time for yourself. You know where your clit is. So enjoy that. Hang on, I gotta stir these hashies. Those are cooking kind of fast. This isn't the first time women have done this. You guys remember that movie Chirac about Chicago? I believe that was, I never saw the movie, but I remember the premise. And I believe it was like the women who were dating the gangbangers were calling on like unity or something. I could be completely wrong, but I know it was in like South Chicago. And they withheld sex. Withholding sex. Now, there's also the very important realistic rape is a thing. Rape is used, especially right now with all this toxic masculinity. We're seeing rape as a war tactic in Palestine, in Congo, and in Sudan. Also, rape happens if you're in relationships. Raise your hand. We're all raising our hand. It's real. You know, you don't owe them anything. Again, PVC pipe is available at Home Depot with Vaseline. So yeah, just want to remind you of your power. You are a life source. You have a womb that creates life. That's a big deal. And in a patriarch society, they tell you that's not a big deal, but like, they wouldn't exist without that womb and canal, would they? No, they wouldn't. So if you're feeling like that's something you want to do, want to participate in, want to stop doing, whatever it is, I'm here to tell you that I absolutely support you in whatever it is. And the shame that you may feel about not doing that, or having to end a relationship, or not being able to end a relationship and having to stick it out until you can get funds or figure out, you know, I'm here if you want someone to talk to about that. I've been through it. I don't have the financial means to support others yet, but that is my goal with the projects I'm putting together, the homestead and the other stuff. So I know that there are lots of women's things that are available. I would highly recommend, if you do need to utilize an organization, look for nonprofit versus state funded things. But yeah, if you gotta do what you gotta do. If you need to get away from someone, yeah, you can start with, you know, a conversation with another woman or whatever. But yeah, this is very serious. The men are gross and toxic, and especially with Roe v. Wade and everything. I just want to put this out there. I support you. You know what has happened to your body. You know more about your body. You know, maybe you don't, but you deserve respect. You deserve love, and you deserve a say over your body. So I wanted to share, as from one woman to another, that there are other options available. You don't have to, you may have to in your situation, but eventually you hopefully can get to a point where you don't have to do those things, and you can be free in your body. All right. I'm sending you a lot of love. You can look up the 4B movement. TikTok is a good resource. There's lots of women talking about their celibacy journey. You're welcome to email me anytime. I'm here and I would love to share more. But yeah, this one's for the women. So have a good one.